I'm Adam.
And I'm Brian.
And we are
Drinking in the Basement.
Welcome to our third episode. We're happy to be back with you. If you missed our first two episodes, you can see them at drinkinginthebasement.com. And we've even started a Facebook page.
We have. You can like us on Facebook, Drinking in the Basement. Look for our picture.
We're also working on a logo, and we're going to be coming out with some t-shirts soon.
You can place an order at drinkinginthebasement.com.
That's correct. Anyway, so we've changed venues today. We're now in Brian's basement because we're going to be doing some wine tasting in a little while. But first, we have some upcoming events to talk about at Antioch Wine and Liquors, which you can see at antiochwine.com. The first event is I guess we can call it the Little Reserve Red Tasting.
What we should have been tasting?
It's the items we should have been tasting at the Reserve Red Tasting. We were setting up some of the wines today to be tasted, and it's going to be a fantastic lineup. It's on March 12th.
Noon to 4?
Noon to 4. You going to be there?
It's on the calendar.
We're both Drinking in the Basement. We'll be there on March 12th. Then on April 16th, we have our spring tasting where we have probably 100 wines in the store. Both of these tastings are free. The April 16th spring tasting, we'll have some liquor there too, and that's from 1 to 5 p.m. Also, Brian, I don't know if Brian knows this, Drinking in the Basement is going to be going on the road
trip
at the end of March and early April. We're not sure when we'll get the episode filmed, but we're going to be drinking in Disney.
Yes.
And then in September we have planned
Drinking on the Strip.
That's right, we're going to Vegas in September. All right, so now I guess we'll go. Brian has invited a
very special guest in our live studio audience. Hello, everybody. I've been a fan of Drinking in the Basement since the beginning. How do you taste wine?
Great question, Kenny Rogers.
Chesney.
Oh. Anyway, we've changed so that we can taste some wine. You ready, Brian?
I'm ready.
All right. What do we have here?
So the red wine of the day is from Hot Estates. It is a Central Coast winery. This is the GSM Red Blend. Stands for Grenache, Syrah, and Mourvedre. Rhone grape-based wine from Rhone from France. Han also makes other very good wines. They make a Cabernet. They make a Meritage. All very value-priced, $10 to $20 usually.
Right. The GSM is $10.99. We also have, for our white wine, Marcus Malibu Riesling. We actually just bought a special purchase on this wine. They make some of the best Rieslings that I've ever had. And normally this would be probably a $20 to $30 bottle of wine. We're selling it for $10.99 in the store, and it's going fast. So hopefully by the time people watch this, we'll still have some left.
And for those of you getting ready for Mardi Gras next week, Fat Tuesday, Riesling is an excellent match for all that spicy Cajun and Creole food.
And Marcus Molitor, just a little bit more information, he started in his family's business at the age of 20 with about 7 acres and built a really nice wine company out of it. All right, so let's get started. We're going to talk about tasting wine with the 6 S's of wine tasting. The first one is see. You want to see the wine. So you can hold it up to a little bit of light here. Take a look at it. I'll bring this up for you. Nice golden color on this white, which is what you want. You don't want it to look brown.
And on the red?
On the red, which I'll also bring up, we have, kind of a
dark ruby color red.
Yeah, almost purple on it. All right. So, and this also you don't want to see much brown on this either. That wouldn't be good.
And also you can find if there's any sediment in here. Some wines have sediment. You can watch for that. And also you might have a lone piece of cork floating around from time to time.
And this has no sediment in it.
Or cork.
All right. So what's the second S?
Second S is swirl.
That's right. So we're going to swirl the wine.
So when you swirl wine, what you're doing is you're activating the flavor. You're bringing oxygen and air into the wine, opens the flavors up, opens up the bouquet of the wine. Especially for younger wines, it just helps open up the nose and the flavors and so on.
I'm not sure you can see this on video, but you'll see some of the wine kind of dripping off the sides. That's called the legs or tears. That indicates how much alcohol is in the wine. The more that you have legs and tears, the more alcohol that's in the wine. And Brian likes his alcohol.
And this is pretty light on some of the legs, so the whole bottle could do.
All right. The next S is we're going to smell the wine. last week when we did bourbon, you don't want to get your whole nose in there. In this one, you want to stick your nose in there. Bourbon, all you'll get is alcohol. With this, you're going to get the flavors and smell of the wine. Let's see what we got here.
Apples. Granny Smith apples.
Yeah, big apple nose on that one.
That's very characteristic of most Rieslings.
And let's go to the
The
Hahn.
red?
I get berries.
Berries.
Yeah, nice berry flavor. Nice berries.
Rich
nice
berries.
berry
Yeah.
nose.
What you don't want to smell is skunky. You don't want to smell
Wet
foot.
dog.
Wet dog. Wet dog is what you do not want.
Wet dog can indicate that your wine is corked and return it to the wine store you bought it from.
Right.
All right. And the next after smell, Brian?
Would be my favorite part. Sip.
All right. So we're going to sip the wine. Start with the Riesling.
Apples.
Yeah, very
Sweet
nice.
fruit. Citrus. Very smooth.
Real-
Rich for a white
This
wine.
is a real nice Riesling. If you're near Antioch, come to the store and buy this one because this I might have to take some of this home with me.
And this wine, I think you mentioned this has been open for a few days, and it still has this very
That's right.
pure, rich, fruity taste. Excellent wine.
Some of the sweeter wines will hold up a little bit. This one happens to be a Cabernet, so it's a little bit drier. We also have a Spätlese by them. Same price, also $10.99. A little bit more sweetness to it. All right, now let's go to the Hahn.
Again, berries on the front.
Right. Berries and just a lot of fruit. There's a lot of fruit in this wine. If you like fruit-forward wines, this might be one for you to try. And
Smooth finish, not too much burn, not too much alcohol. The alcohol on this wine is only 14%, so for red wines it is on the lower end. Sometimes some Cabernets, Zinfandels can get up in the 15-16% range in alcohol. So this being at 14, a little bit lower, so you're not getting the burn. Also makes it smoother and lets the fruits stand out.
nice, smooth, fruity wine. All right. The next.
There's also the swish.
Next up, you want to when you bring it in your mouth, the wine, you want to kind of inhale some air with it and swish it around throughout your mouth, so you have taste buds everywhere. You want to get all the flavors of the wine, and that's done by swishing it around in your mouth.
Bring more air in over the wine, opens up the flavors.
All right, and then the last S is,
Swallow.
of course, you swallow the wine.
Or spit if you're at a wine tasting all day at March 12th.
March 12th, we have our wine tasting coming up March 12th, 12 to 4. Don't miss it. There's going to be some great red wines at that tasting. And then we also, on April 16th, we have our spring tasting, even more wines, some of them even more affordable. We're going to have some higher end wines on March 12th.
And then right around St. Patrick's Day, I think we're going to do something Irish in nature.
Correct.
Irish whiskey, Irish cream, whatever we feel like on the day we decide to do the taping.
All right.
And then a couple more things. In a few weeks, towards the end of the month, beginning of April, watch for us in Walt Disney World. I'm sure we'll have something coming from Disney. And then in the fall, the big event,
We'll be going to Vegas.
taking drinking into the basement to Vegas.
Drinking on the Strip. All right, so thanks to Brian for letting us come to his basement today. Thanks to Kenny Rogers.
Chesney,
And we'll see you next time on Drinking in the Basement.
cheers.